As early on as 5th grade, I knew he wanted to be a soldier.
And always loved his country, I think, from the very beginning.
I brought a guiding eyes dog, a seeing eye dog, to school every day. And I had to select students to care for that dog for 1 full school year. And David, who was a natural leader in the class, assumed that responsibility.
He may have talked about going into the military a little bit, but when 9/11 happened, he immediately became focused.
He wanted to serve the country. He wanted to give something back.
It was probably like 9 in the morning, and we started getting in a firefight with the enemy, and that lasted for about a half hour. And about an hour into that firefight, it was pretty intense where we couldn't move too much, so we were pretty pinned down. And my guys were split between a field, so we had half one on one side and half of my guys on another. And they shot an RPG on one side, and it hit a berm that was in front of my guys, so no one took anything from it. And once I got the okay that everyone was good there, I heard another shot fired, but I couldn't tell what direction, so I kind of tried to stand up to kind of just get a better range of where things were, and that was the last thing I know was I was in the air.
I didn't know much about it at that point. David and I had kind of lost connection a little bit for a while, but I believe it was as he was home for a few months, slowly but surely everything came out, and the explanation of the explosion and how he got blown and was knocked unconscious.
Came in, at first I had TBI, like brain injury. They were trying to see, make sure the swelling of the brain and stuff. I had a spinal injury. I broke my coccyx, like the bottom of your spine, and it took ripped some of the nerves with it. So I had no sensation in my legs at all. I can't feel my legs.
It was heart-wrenching to know what he had gone through.
I got back and I spent about 6 months in the hospital recuperating. I had to relearn how to walk. I went through physical therapy, occupational therapy.
I was thankful that he was alive, that he was coming back, because there were members of his brigade or troop that didn't make it.
When you get injured, you kind of get into a quick depression, because you go from being a person who you think you're this man or this invincible person, and now I was unable to walk or move or play with my kids.
When you think of that brotherhood of being in the Marines and being surrounded by your fellow soldiers and on a daily basis, and then that comes to an end, and then your military career comes to an end, and you're kind of put out there, and your skill set is to be a soldier, but where do you go to work if you're sitting in a wheelchair?
It's a hard thing to just forget. You're prepared, but you went into something where not everyone made it as successful as others. So it's hard to think about.
For him, like, a lot of things have gone really bad. The injury, it's taking time away from his, time with his kids. It's, taking away from his time just being a normal person. It's been a rocky road financially. It's been a rocky road just to stay afloat, basically.
Adaptive sports started being introduced to me, so I could learn how to play basketball in a wheelchair, and lacrosse in a wheelchair, and hand cycle, and kayak, and golf. And I started doing those things, and learning that, wow, okay, life doesn't end just because you might have this injury or something catastrophic happen. And then I remember kayaking one day. There was a little kid, he was 6 years old, and he was born with spinal bifida, so he never knew how to walk ever. And he was kayaking, but you would never know this kid never knew how to walk. He just lived life like that's just life. And right then, that's when I really changed my attitude, because if this kid is born that way, but he lived like it's fine, and I'm a grown man, and I'm sitting here pouting, I need to change my attitude, because if he can do it, I don't know why I can't, and I'm supposed to be a Marine on top of it.
I think each day gets a little better for him, because of his relationship with Lee and starting his life and putting it back together.
And I give him so much credit, and I'm so proud of him. Every day I just look at him and I'm just like, I'm so honored and so blessed to be a part of this man's life.
No matter what he takes on, he's going to succeed. He's got such a strong will and determination that he's one that you want on your side. He will get it done.
As far as I'm concerned, he is the strongest man I know. Just a big thank you to everybody. It's a huge honor for us to be a part of this.
Chaz and AJ and Pam and all you guys, just thank you for asking me and supporting and doing also what you do daily, the way you guys talk about the military on your show and how much you really do respect and honor them.
Just everyone that is being a part of this, we are so grateful and so thankful and so honored and so appreciative. And I can't express enough how much this really means to us.